What's up guys, this is KYKS and today we're looking at what we call previewing in Adobe After Effects CC 2017. So let's begin. I've already created my composition, it's called previewing, and I've also imported a video that we shall be using to desktop previewing. So before we begin, I wanted to explain to you about this section here. In the previous lower versions of After Effects, there is what we call RAM preview in your section of the preview panel. There's always RAM preview, but in these higher versions, it was removed for efficiency and faster working. So if you do not find it there, please don't get worried. So basically, previewing is seeing through what you have already created, or playing through what you've already created. So in Adobe After Effects, the default shortcut for previewing is pressing spacebar on your keyboard, and you will preview through your video. Or you can either come to your preview panel, and if you cannot see your preview panel on your interface, you come to Window and look for preview, and you will see it. So when you're in your panel here, this one here is used also for previewing. It's for previewing. The shortcut is the spacebar, and the next to it is what we call the next frame, and this one is used for playing frames. What do I mean by frames? If you do not know frames, if you come to this time code here, these are hours, these are minutes, these are seconds, and these are frames. So the next frame previews through frames. If we come here in our timeline and we expand it more, and it takes us to frames, you can see that if my current time indicator is here, if I click on next frame, it will go to the next frame. Keep looking at this. When I keep clicking, it goes to the next frame, plays frame by frame. So this one plays the frame, the next frame, and this one plays the last frame. If I zoom out my timeline, if I click on the last frame, the current time indicator goes straight to the last frame. It's right here. So this one plays the next frame, this one plays the last frame, and these ones that on this side are the opposite of this one. So let's go to the next thing. Now when you got your frame, which is highlighted right now, and you expand it has other options that I want to explain. I would not explain all. I'll just explain one that are essentials and for beginners. So when we come here, shortcut is right now it's selected as spacebar, because that's the default one that comes in Adobe After Effects if you want preview. So now if you want preview, you press spacebar on your keyboard, but if you have other options, it's according to your preference. You can choose numpad 0, you can choose alternate plus numpad, so it's according to your preference, but I would like the spacebar because it is the default one and it's easier to access because most of the editors use it. So this one helps you to choose what you want to start your preview with. Now when we come to include here, we have the video, this audio here. The I is for the video, this one is for audio. For example, if I want to preview my video, for example, if I preview right now, it has sound, but if I do not want that audio sound, I will uncheck it, and if I preview it, to preview without sound. So that's the purpose of this one here. So if I do not want to see any visuals or any visuals like this step here, I will click this eye icon out and check it, and if I preview it, you can see that my screen is black because I have unchecked the visual. So if I check it back, it will bring back the visual. Now this one here is for looping. What do I mean by looping? The video continuously plays. For example, here if I click it, the video keeps on playing, reaches at the end and starts again. But if I check it here, if I uncheck it, you can see that it will only play once. It will not continue, it will only play once. So that's the purpose of the looping section. So this part here is for resetting. It resets the properties back to the default ones that came with Adobe After Effects. For example, if this one is unchecked and this one is not there in the loop and I reset, you see it brings back the volume and it also brings back the looping, because that's the default one that was brought when that Adobe installed or created for you. So it goes back to the default settings. So I think that's what I can explain on this. But the other thing that I want you to understand is the resolution here. The resolution is this resolution is the same as this one on our composition. I'm going to use this one. So this resolution is connected to our preview. This resolution means the quality of your picture or your video. Now, it's very important here, and you must understand. For example, if you're developing a video that is so large and has a lot of components, you find that if you're previewing it, for it to render, it will take more time because it's big. So if you want it to take less time to render, you reduce the quality of your picture, of your video. You can bring it to like a quarter, but your image like a quarter, and your video will preview at a faster rate, but the image quality will be less. What do I mean? For example, if I come here and I expand it, magnification to like 100, you can see that the image is blur because we reduced the resolution to a quarter. But if I put it back to full, you can see that the video becomes clear. So this one is important when you're rendering large videos. You wouldn't want to sit for a long time for it to render. So when your video renders, this green color shows that it has rendered, and it has rendered and can be played without any delays or lags. So it plays in current time. What do I mean by current time? Like how it's supposed to play on videos or in medias. That's how it's supposed to play when the place is green, the whole line is green. But if it's not, if it has some kind of blues, it means it has not yet rendered. So I think what I can explain last is the 100% magnification. This is the perfect one, or the original one that the clients are going to see. So if you want to see how your video will appear to the clients, you have to put it to 100%, and you have to put the resolution to full in order for you to see it in the way clients are going to see it. But if you have a larger video to render, you better reduce it to quarter because you wouldn't want to waste your time rendering. So thank you for watching. I think most of the things we shall be looking at them like where I say keep watching my videos, like them, subscribe to my channel, and please share to your friends.